Hey, welcome back, friends. So today's video is about tariffs and the way tariffs may affect new RV prices here in the next several months. So one thing this video is not about is whether you agree with them or disagree with them, whether you think they're a good idea, whether they're not a good idea. You can find basically the entire rest of YouTube, you can talk about that. Today's video is just about how they're going to affect new RV prices, or likely to affect them. I've got several different sources from different manufacturers, and it's interesting what they have to say. Before we get started in that, help us pay some bills and check out today's video sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by eTrailer.com. eTrailer.com is your one-stop trusted source for anything hitch related, truck related, RV related. You know your RV, if it's a towable, it is a trailer. So eTrailer.com, you could almost build an RV from their website. Today, I want to show you this really cool anti-rattle device they sent me. Item is extraordinarily easy to install. Basically, you have two bolts on each side. You're going to slide it up around the lip of your coupler there, tighten those down, and then now it is not engaged. All we got to do is just turn this little thumb screw right here, give it a good tight squeeze. Now we're rocking and rolling, baby. I love that this stays on your hitch. What a great new product from eTrailer.com. As I will link this down in the description box below, eTrailer.com, eTrailer.com, eTrailer.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring. Now let's get back into today's video. All right, let's jump into this because I find this stuff very interesting. And if you're shopping for a new RV, you may have watched this channel before, and this is going to affect you. Yeah, it's going to be across the board. Prices are going to go up, but we're going to talk about a time frame for that as well. So let's get started. I got my little cheat sheet right here. So if you see me looking down, that's what that is. A couple things to think about when we're talking about tariffs. Now, the first thing you may be saying is, well, the RVs are built in the United States, so they won't be tariffed. Well, everything that they build the RVs with will be tariffs, or a lot of things, and that's what we're going to talk about here. Some things come from Germany, some things from Vietnam, so yeah, not everything's from Canada, Mexico, and China. So let's talk about that. Start with that one. By and large, most of the frames are Chinese steel. Now, the frames generally are built here in the U.S., but a lot of times they're made with Chinese steel. So you can expect to see an increase there. Now, will you see, I believe the current tariff on China is 10%, something like that. So will you see a direct 10% increase on the frames? No, because you're not going to get a 10% increase on the labor of the frames. You're just going to get an increase on the steel. That's where this starts to get a little bit tricky. And we're going to talk about kind of what they're thinking about via all of this, a big umbrella statement at the end of this to kind of put you where we need to be. But the frames are Chinese steel, by and large. Lippert uses Chinese steel. I'm not sure about Norco. I assume they probably do as well. A lot of the furniture, that's going to be made in Vietnam. So a lot of the furniture is made in Vietnam. Of course, some of the stuff's made here in the States. These are general statements, but I'm talking about industry-wide. You know, as a general, a lot of the furniture is made in Vietnam. So Thomas Paine stuff is likely made in Vietnam. You know, this was a blanket statement, so I probably shouldn't be mentioning name brands, but yeah, a lot of the furniture is made in Vietnam. Aluminum, a lot of the aluminum actually comes from the U.S., so they source the aluminum from the U.S. How much they source from the U.S., I'm not sure, but if most of it's from the U.S., we shouldn't see a big increase there, or any increase, right? Fiberglass, a lot of the fiberglass comes from Germany. So, you know, again, there's different fiberglass manufacturers, but a lot of it comes from Germany. And so we will see what happens there. I don't think Germany is under tariffs at this point, but yeah, so far so good with Germany. The components and the appliances, so stuff like leaf springs and refrigerators, air conditioners, the vast majority of that is Chinese. So obviously we're going to see 10% tariffs there, maybe more later, we're not sure. Linoleum, a lot of the linoleum across the line is from the U.S. So that's a good thing. That's one less thing that'll be tariffed. That's why this won't be, you know, you see 25% tariffs. This doesn't mean that an RV is going to be 25%. The price is going to go up 25%. That's why we kind of dig a little bit. All right. Wood products. Now this is a big one. Wood products a lot of times are from Canada. So we just imposed those tariffs actually today as of filming. We imposed those tariffs, 25% tariff on Canada. And so, yeah, that's not good. That's not good for the overall price of the RV. This particular One of the particular manufacturers I spoke to, they're guessing somewhere around 10% maybe. They haven't really spoke about it much thus far, but they're thinking maybe about 10%. Now, I think more realistically, another manufacturer I spoke to, they have been talking about it a good bit. And the best they can tell is somewhere the end price, this is the whole point of this video, the end price of your RV, if you're buying new, will be somewhere between 5 and 7%. So there you go. That's the best guess as of right now. Like, here's the good news though, all right? As it speaks, all of these manufacturers I spoke to, they have several months, I should say, of ground inventory. So they've already got all of their wood from Canada. They have it enough here to keep them going for several months. The stuff from China, a lot of the steel, Lippert has stuff for here for several months. They have frames back ordered that they've already paid for. So, this won't happen overnight. This will be something we're going to start seeing in the middle of summer, where we start seeing prices go up. So this is not some video, this is not some panic video about, hey, go out and buy an RV now. No, that's not that at all. But if you are in the market, specifically if you're getting close, it's probably better you pull the trigger in the next few months versus waiting until summer. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, maybe this stuff gets worked out and everyone's happy, but at this point, the tariffs are in place, and this is a video that I thought you should know about since a lot of you come here for research on your new RV. All right, there you go. A little quick video, discussion video. We do these from time to time. I like having these discussions. I enjoy getting down in the comment section and reading your opinions on these subjects. And Lord knows this is a hot subject right now, right? Tariffs all over the place. So it does affect the RV industry. It will affect the RV industry. And as far as we can tell, as far as a industry whole, I say we, I'm not in the industry, but I know folks in the industry. And as far as they can tell, they're looking at somewhere between 5 and 7%. That's just an estimate. It could be more, could be less. Guys, I hope you're doing good out there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're being safe. See ya.